It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast for the 16th day of August 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area. I just have another couple shows to do from here, and I'll be gone for a while, doing shows from all over the place. I'll leave Saturday, and I'm actually going to be gone for right at 3 weeks for the two cruises I'm doing to Alaska. Some time I'm going to spend in Anchorage. We do have a couple news stories today. Of course, we got to look at the weather update again. The lead story this morning is Port Canaveral adds another major cruise line. The Norwegian Aqua, maybe. Portland businesses visit the Regal Princess. We've got the Carnival Halloween schedule and lots more here at 11 o'clock on the Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome aboard. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. Anytime you are listening to the podcast, there's if you want to hop over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description of the podcast. So you can do just that in case you want to check out pictures or clips or interviews that we may be using on that day's show. All right, got a couple things to cover this morning before we get to the news. Today, by the way, folks, is National Rum Day. Now, you guys all know that I'm a bourbon guy, but I will on occasion have a Cuba Libre. Don't mind some of the mixed drinks with rums, but, I'm still going to be a bourbon guy, mainstream, but I can handle some rum. Amanda and I are going out for sushi tonight. I might just have Cuba Libre with dinner. Like that idea. So anyway, that's what's ahead there. All right, at 12 o'clock today, 12 noon, my time, Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to do the Passion for Cruises USA solo show. There's put some links out. It's on my community page on the YouTube channel. And the main purpose of that show today is that I'm going to announce the next hosted cruise, which is going to be on January 28th, 2024 on the Norwegian Epic, sailing from Port Canaveral. So I'll be relating all those details on the Epic today at 12 o'clock. And it's a pretty good deal too, folks. So any of you solo guys, you definitely want to tune into that. Anybody else just wants to join us, come ahead. We don't discriminate. So we're going to talk about the Epic today, and I've got a couple other cruises for the week to announce as well, solo deals. That's at 12 noon on a bunch of channels. Hopefully Pete will be with me today. He is actually on a river cruise on the Rhine, I think. I can't keep up with where he is. But anyway, he hopes to join us today. All right, first thing today, we got to look at the weather, guys. In the Atlantic, it's got the same two systems we started watching yesterday. They have upped the ante slightly on them. They are now rated as 40% chance On the first one, the one closest to South America, 40% chance of further development. And then the second one has about a 30% chance of further development. It's coming right off the coast of Africa. Both are in the trough. Both could strengthen. Both could become storms. We just got to watch them. It's that time of year, guys. All right. The second storms are in the Pacific. First of all, you've got Fernanda, still a hurricane. It's holding on. It does continue to weaken. It's barely holding on to hurricane strength. Rapid weakening is expected to continue. Currently, it's 1,080 miles west-southwest of the southern tip of Baja. A maximum sustained wind 75 miles an hour. It's moving west at 15. Pressure has risen to 987 now, so it's on its way out. A weakening is forecast to continue, and Fernanda is likely to become a tropical storm today and post-tropical low on Thursday. Now, if we move on further west, you've got Greg, which is the one closest to Hawaii there. Of course, it's still considerably south of Hawaii, but that's the way it's depicted there. It continues to trek westward. It's about 855 miles southeast of Honolulu, about 655 miles southeast of Hilo. Maximum sustained winds are 50. It's moving west at 14. The pressure is right at 1,000. A gradual turn toward the west-northwest is expected tonight, followed by a turn to the west on Wednesday night and Thursday. Greg will then shift toward the west-southwest late Thursday and Friday. Maximum sustained winds are about 50 currently with higher gusts. Some slight strengthening is possible through today, and then weakening on Thursday and Friday. All right, and back to the second slide. The little X down there off the southern coast of Mexico, off of southeastern Mexico, showers and thunderstorms are continuing to show signs of organization in association with a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles southwest of Manzanilla. Environmental conditions appear conducive for continued development, and a tropical depression or tropical storm is likely to form within the next 48 hours. The system is expected to move west-northwest to northwest, roughly parallel to the coast of southwestern Mexico and Baja California for the next several days. Currently, they're rating further formation at 90% over the next 48 hours and 90% over the next 7 days. So we got to watch this sucker close. This one could be a storm that affects not only land, but the cruise industry as well. So we've got to keep our eyes on this one. All right, I'll be back with some more news after a quick word from one of our network sponsors. Hi, the next story comes out of Port Canaveral. The world's busiest cruise port is adding a 7th major cruise line starting in 2024. When Celebrity Cruises begins to sail from the port, Celebrity Cruises will homeport the Celebrity Equinox at Port Canaveral starting December 3rd, 2024, and will offer cruises from there through April 19th of 2025. Celebrity Equinox will offer 20 different itineraries to the Caribbean from Port Canaveral. Each will be 7 nights long. 2 cruises, March 1st and 15th of 2025, will visit Coco Key, the award-winning private island in the Bahamas that is operated by sister cruise line Royal Caribbean. Cruise ship carries 2,850 guests at double occupancy, 1,426 cabins. All right. The name of Norwegian Cruise Line's third Prima class cruise ship could be, emphasis on could, Norwegian Aqua. The unexpected appearance of this name within the booking engine has ignited speculation among cruise enthusiasts. While the official announcement is still pending from Norwegian Cruise Line, it's highly plausible that the upcoming edition, set to be delivered in 2025, could indeed be named Norwegian Aqua. The possibility of the name gap has been discounted as records indicate that Norwegian Cruise Line has already laid claim to the trademark for Norwegian Aqua. Norwegian secured trademarks for a series of names a couple of years ago. We talked about that at the time, including Ultima, Luna, Viva, Bella, Prima, and Umbra, Luna, and significantly Aqua. The first two Prima class new builds, of course, were Prima and Viva, and they've already been launched, reinforcing the likelihood that Aqua is the next suspect in line. So, my guess is that is correct. That's speculation, and that we're going to start hearing things about Aqua, Norwegian Aqua. Hot air time, you can't book on it yet, but you can pretty soon. I has a feeling. All right. The last story today comes from our friends across the pond, representatives of businesses in Portland stepped aboard Regal Princess after it arrived in Southampton this past week for the start of a 12-day British Isles cruise, with the port receiving bookings from cruise ships through 2026. Representative of businesses based at the port were invited by Portland Port for a tour of the 33-meter-long Princess cruise ship, which can accommodate 3,560 passengers and 1,346 crew. It stated, excuse me. Well, that one jumped up and got me. It stayed in port for 12 hours before setting sail once again. Captain Regal at the helm. Businesses at the port have seen our cruise activity grow and develop over recent years. This was a lovely opportunity to provide our customers with a tour of the Regal Princess with lunch on board, said Ian McQuaid, Portland Port's commercial general manager and chair of Cruise Britain. A number of passengers were transported via the port's shuttle bus service or took tours to local attractions such as Abbotsbury Swinery, Atherhampton House, Bovington Tank Museum, Cerna Giant, Corfe Castle, and Weymouth Harbour, as well as further afield to Fort Abbey and North Dorset and Stonehenge. McQuaid went on to confirm that the bookings from the cruise line have already been taken for the next year, 2025 and 2026. Total of 57 cruise calls and 133,000 passengers are expected there for this year, 2023. So, looks like some expansion is coming in Portsmouth in the UK for our friends from Princess. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show. Again, I've got the Passion for Cruises USA solo show coming up at 12. Let's see who's with us in the chat room. Mike's here. There's Hot Air Tom from Richmond International Airport, Gate B12. He's on his way again. Elizabeth is with us. Buenos dias, Chillie and the gang from another scorcher of a day. Elizabeth, don't know if I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut on this, but I happen to be looking over a certain Oceania cruise last night. Man, does that's got a bucket list of mine for the next 2 years. It goes from Miami in this year, it goes from Miami to Buenos Aires. Next year goes all the way around to Reno. Wow, would that be nice? But I gotta marry a rich widow to be able to do that. Anyway, I'm not going to say the ship until Elizabeth tells me I can do that. But anyway, she now knows the ship she's going on, and I'm tickled for her. You'll be hearing a lot about that. Emily's with us. Hello, Emily. There's Nikki down in Jacksonville. Hot air, you need to step up your game and cruise on Oceania one of these days. It's way better than your beloved Norwegian. Just saying. Yeah, we're going to hear a lot about Oceania. I've never sailed on Oceania, and I hope to do that sometime soon. So anyway, Elizabeth will be on a ship, and she's got a lot of training and stuff to do because this is a new position for her. But she'll be on a ship here pretty soon. So, of course, we wish her all the best. Unfortunately, my next trip to Cozumel, she's going to be gone. Bummer. But there's a chance of us crisscrossing in the Caribbean someplace. That might be on the agenda just as well. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Again, it was a reasonably short show due to a lack of news. Not a whole lot out there again today. And a busy and short day for me. Of course, I had to get all that stuff loaded for the show at 12 because I've got a bunch of stuff to go over for the solo group. But please consider joining me if you're not doing anything at 12 o'clock. Might find out something you'd be interested in, whether you're solo or not. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'll see everybody back here at 12 o'clock. Of course, it's under a different link. But anyway, I'll be here then for the Solo Cruise Deal Show. So that's it for today. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a phenomenal day, everybody. See you at 12, I hope. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.